Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came to meditation?
Yeah, so first off, life presents us with great opportunities to practice. And this morning is one of those great opportunities where life throws us curveballs. Technology throws us curveballs. And, the practice helps us deal with that. So it's great to be here, Michelle. Thank you so much for the opportunity. And how I got into meditation was, life threw me a huge curveball. And it was a low point in my life, and I was struggling with how to figure out what life is all about, how to get back on track, kind of that midlife crisis or that midlife issue that arises for many of us. And so I found my way into meditation through listening to Tara Brach and Jonathan Faust, two local meditation teachers here in the Washington, D.C. area. And they opened a doorway, a gateway to looking at life and using the tools of meditation to really learn about myself, to learn how to slow down, to learn how to ride through the waves and storms that life presents us. And like I said, today was a great example of how I use the practice of what am I aware of? What am I aware of right now in this moment when Michelle and I are scrambling to get me live and getting, I feel myself getting frustrated. I feel myself getting agitated. I feel myself being like, it's okay. Be with that. It'll all work out. And just using this practice to just slow myself down. So, yeah, I'll stop there for that. I hope that answered your question, Michelle.
No, it did. And thank you so much for being here. So, part of my journey to meditation, I tried all these different types of meditation and they felt hard. Like, I'm like, why is my mind going crazy? And, I can't keep it empty, thoughts keep popping in my head. And then finding you and finding Brooke, it was just a light bulb. It was just amazing. So I am going to stop talking and I'm going to let you take it away for all of the wonderful women out there who are ready. So you take it away.
Well, great. Thanks, Michelle. And welcome, everybody. I just want to, again, thank you. And I hope you find this short session together informative, educational, and ultimately that you come away with some tools or techniques to help you throughout the day. Michelle mentioned Brooke, and I know Brooke has been on one of Michelle's podcasts back in the summertime, I think. And Brooke and I are in the 2-year teacher training program that's being led by Jack Cornfield and Tara Brach. It's the MMTCP, Mindfulness Meditation Teacher Certified Program. And so many of the techniques and tools and philosophies that we're learning are from Jack and from Tara. And today's meditation will really focus on managing stress, managing and feeling where you hold stress in the body, and using techniques like the breath to slow the nervous system down, to release and let go of stress in the body. And we hold and carry so much stress that I would bet for many of us, we don't even know that we're carrying and holding this stress. So as Michelle mentioned, her exposure to meditation was through a variety of different kinds of different meditations. And there are many, many different meditation modalities out there. There's chanting, there's Zen meditation, Tibetan meditation, there's other modalities like Tai Chi and yoga and Qigong, which are all basically meditations and movement. And Michelle mentioned the mind and how it's difficult to slow the mind down and to get silent. Because our mind, this inner critic that we have, is always chattering. It's always there. And honestly, that's normal. It's always going to be there. But what we can do is learn how to be with it, how to manage or how to hold whatever is arising in our experience with a sense of loving kindness, of tenderness, of caring, of curiosity, because what we're trying not to do is push away our experience or avoid our experience. I like to teach three words as the foundation for meditation. It's relaxation, it's being aware, and it's being with whatever arises. So the cornerstone of what I'll be teaching today is the relaxation and awareness. And with that, I will pause for a couple of seconds while we get ready for our meditation. And we'll do a 25-minute meditation. I'm not sure what everybody's experience level is, but I will be offering guidance, which means I'll be offering suggestions. I'll be offering, kind of a path for you to follow along. And what I always will say is allow your own inner guidance to either follow along with what I'm offering, what I'm suggesting. And if something doesn't feel quite right to you, you don't have to follow along. You don't have to do and listen to what I'm offering. So with that, let's find a comfortable position. Could be seated, standing, even lying down. And if you're seated, find your feet flat on the ground, your knees slightly lower than your hips, and this just allows your hips to be open. Your upper body upright, almost as if your spine, vertebrae, are coins stacked on top of one another, reaching towards the ceiling. And if you find it helpful, you might like to close your eyes, or you can leave them open. And if you leave them open, a soft gaze on something that's maybe 6 feet in front of you, allowing your eyes to be just softly open. And as we begin this process of arriving into this present moment, you might become aware of any thoughts of the past, or thoughts of the future. Just acknowledge that those thoughts are present, that they're there. And for now, we can just move them to the side. You could come back to them at a later time. And you might become aware of any emotions or feelings that are arising. And just notice what you're aware of. And you might become aware of sounds that are inside your room, or sounds outside the room, sounds that are far, sounds that are near. Just bringing an awareness to these sounds as ever-changing phenomena. And bringing your awareness inward, feeling your feet on the ground, the contact with the floor. Feeling the weight of your body sitting in the chair. And these contact points with the earth, with the floor, give you stability and support, a sense of centeredness, of grounding. You can always bring your awareness to these contact points with the earth as a way to provide stability, groundedness at any time. You might bring awareness into your hands, sensing and feeling what your hands are in contact with. Maybe feeling inside the hands. Maybe tingling, vibration pulsing in the hands. To bring awareness to your breath, aware that you're breathing in, aware that you're breathing out. Just bringing awareness to the in-breath and the out-breath. You might notice that the breath is always changing. Sometimes the breath is long. Sometimes it's short. And just bringing an awareness to this sensations of the breath. To help cultivate a sense of relaxation, of letting go. You might find it helpful to take long, slow, deep in-breaths. Allow the out-breath to be long, slow, full, and deep. On the in-breath, you may feel your belly wall expand outward, your rib cage expand, collarbones, shoulders slightly rise as you fill your lungs. And on the out-breath, you might bring awareness and sensation of the collarbone and shoulders falling away from the ears, the rib cage contracting, and the belly softening. You might find it helpful to put a hand to your belly, feeling the movement of the belly as you breathe in these deep in-breaths. On the out-breath, allow the belly to soften, to relax, to let go. When we are in a stressful situation, our bellies tighten. And a soft belly sends a signal to our mind that we're safe, that we're secure. So this is one way that we can actually send a signal to our mind that we can let go, that we can relax, is by allowing the out-breath to be longer, slower, fuller than the in-breath, and to allow the belly to soften, to relax. Take one or two more long, full, deep in-breaths, allowing the out-breath to soften, to relax, to let go. If it feels right, you can allow the breath to return to natural, free-flowing, effortless, uncontrolled. Just bringing awareness to the breath. Breathing in, breathing out. And when we're stressed, we hold tension in the body. And throughout the day, we may not even know how much tension we're holding. So feel free to follow along with this awareness to parts of our body that we hold tension. I'll start at the top of the head, work through the face and neck, upper back, lower back. And bring awareness back into the breath through the body. So feel free to follow along. Next in breath, bring awareness to the top of your head, to the scalp, sensing and feeling what the scalp feels like. And if there's tension, use the out breath to soften, to relax any tension or resistance. Next in breath, bring awareness to the sides of your head, above your ears. Aware of any tension or resistance, and using the out breath to soften, to relax, to let go of any tension. The forehead and temples. The eyebrows and the space between the brow. The muscles around your eyes. The cheeks, the muscles of your face. With the out breath, can you feel the muscles of your face just soften and relax? Almost like they're melting. The jaw, the area around the jaw. lips, tongue, and mouth. The back of the skull. The neck and throat. In the next in-breath, can you feel the slight rise of your shoulders? And the out-breath, sensing and feeling your shoulders falling away from your ears. Upper back. Lower back. And on the next in-breath, can you feel the belly wall expand with the in-breath? And on the out-breath, softening and relaxing the belly. On the breath, to just breathe, bringing awareness to the belly wall, sense of expansion and relaxation. In the next in-breath, can you bring awareness to the area of the solar plexus at the base of the ribs? The ribs and chest area. The upper chest, the area just below the collarbone. And over the next few cycles of breath, can you bring awareness to the full cycle of the breath from the belly, through the ribs, upper chest, feeling the body expanding as you breathe in, relaxing and softening as you breathe out. Bringing awareness to these sensations of the breath in the body. And over the next few cycles of breath, you may bring awareness through the whole body, from the base of the feet, the top of your head, sensing and feeling the whole body breathing. And you might bring awareness to the center of your chest, area around your heart. Sensing and feeling what's arising around your heart. Whatever is arising, asking the question, can you be with this right now? And if it's helpful, you might put a hand to your heart, sensing and feeling this gentle touch, this kind, compassionate gesture. This gentle touch is an act of loving presence that we can always offer ourselves. And you might experiment with placing your second hand on top of the first. The use of gentle touch is a way that we can provide soothing, compassionate, nurturing effect to and for ourselves. You might also find it helpful to put a hand to your cheek or a hand to your belly or a hand on your forearm, or even a hand to the back of your skull, back of the neck. You might also find it helpful to silently whisper these phrases to yourself. Whatever is arising, can I be with it? And if it's a little too strong or too overwhelming right now, it's okay to open your eyes, to look around the room for objects that are familiar or your favorite color. But if it's okay to be with whatever's arising right now, to whisper this to yourself. I see you. I'm here with you. I love and support you. I love you. You might bring awareness to your breath, the sensations of the breath. Where that you're breathing in, where that you're breathing out. And over the next 5 minutes, you might like to choose an anchor. An anchor is a place that we bring and guide our awareness towards. It might be the sensations of the breath, breathing in, breathing out. And aware that that cycle of the breath is always changing. Maybe something more prominent in the sensations of the breath as you're breathing. For example, the breath at the tip of the nose or on the upper lip, the back of the throat, or in the rib cage and belly as you expand and contract with each breath. the breath doesn't feel quite right, you can use the sensations in your hands, tingling, vibration, pulsing. Or your awareness of your feet on the ground. Whatever you choose to guide and bring your awareness to, continue to guide your awareness to that anchor until I ring the bell. Where is your awareness right now? Over the next minute, you might open your awareness to everything that is changing, to the sounds, or thoughts, emotions, sensations in the body. Open and aware to everything that you are experiencing. Before I ring the bell, I'll read this poem from Dana Falls. It's entitled, I Breathe This Moment. Allow the words to just creep over you. I breathe in acceptance, breathe out fear, making space for all of me to be here without judgment. I breathe in love for the hidden, dark, and quaking places. Breathe ease into tightness and light, into the shadowy, walled-off rooms of a psyche where doors were tightly closed for so long and windows shuttered. I breathe in divine presence and let go of any obstacles as I can. I breathe this moment deep into the center of my being and breathe out everything that isn't now. I breathe in power, strength, courage, and the willingness to say yes to life, not as I wish it to be, but as it is, resplendent in its silent generosity. I'll ring the bell 3 times. You might like to take a deep breath in, deep, slow breath out. Slowly turn your head to the left, slowly to the right. So back to center. Feel free to move your body, stretch, stand up in any way that you'd like to. When you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes to the sights around you, taking in the beauty of the day.
Ray, that was just amazing. Thank you so much. I did want to ask you
Thank you, Michelle.
a couple questions. So you talked about having an anchor. How does that help us with meditation?
Yeah, that's a great question. And it leads me into a little bit of a talk about what happens in our mind. And so our mind has really two different things going on. One is called default mode network, where your mind is just wandering all over the place. It's searching for danger. It's something that's evolutionary ingrained in our biology from hundreds of thousands of years of our species living on the prairies and constantly on alert for danger, constantly searching for when's the next leopard going to jump out at us. And so we have this long, long history of being on alert. And in today's world, we don't have lions and tigers leaping out at us. We have a lot of different stresses that present themselves during the day. So our minds are wired to be wandering, wired to be searching. So when we sit in silence, sure, many of us had minds that were wandering all over the place. The second kind of mode that the mind is in is what's called task positive mode. That's when you give your mind an activity to do. For example, playing guitar or doing painting, doing art, doing gardening, cooking. You know, when we do these activities where we're really focused and bringing our attention to the activity, we're in this task positive mode. And what the mind, when it's in that state, is kind of happy. Your mind's not scattered all over the place like it is in the default mode network, which we're not really a happy state when we're in the default mode network. So the anchor is really giving our mind an activity, a task to do, to bring and guide our awareness to this anchor. And really the anchor could be your choice. In the classical teachings, the anchor is always and typically taught as the breath, because the breath is always there. It's always changing. Because it's changing, it gives us an opportunity to bring curiosity to the change of the breath. I breathe in, I breathe out. This breath is short, this breath is longer. This breath doesn't feel really smooth in the body. So the anchor gives us this place, this refuge, this home base that we can guide and bring our awareness to. Now, there's many different anchors that can be used. The ones that I offered in the meditation were really focused on two areas: the breath and the sensations of the breath, either at the tip of the nose or at the lip, the back of the throat, in the body, in the ribs, or in the belly. I offered an anchor of your hands, because some people, the breath may bring anxiety. It may bring a sense of this doesn't feel quite right. It doesn't feel safe to bring awareness to the breath. So bringing awareness to another anchor, like the hands or your feet on the ground, are two other areas that you can bring your awareness to. Other anchors could be actually sound, or, you know, if you're a visual person and you have your eyes open, you may have a fixed point that might be a different color. So there's, you know, the anchor is really a place that you can bring and guide your awareness to. Now, the follow question would be, why is that important? It's important because it starts to bring concentration and because you're bringing an awareness to a specific fine point, you're actually developing an increasing concentration, which is one of the foundations that we build upon when we're meditating. So the anchor could be your choice. It doesn't have to be the breath. It could be whatever becomes prominent, which means whatever is really in your awareness can be the anchor.
I love that. And there's so much to meditation. There's so much more to learn, because just in my growing practice, there's love and kindness, which I absolutely love that meditation. So as we're wrapping up, can you just quickly or briefly explain the different kinds of meditation and how you can grow with your meditation? Now, I don't think you'll be able to do that quickly. I'm sorry for asking you that. But if you could
Okay.
just give
how about
a Reader's Digest.
Yeah, so classically meditation. Okay, ready? Let's see if I could do it in a minute. Classically, meditation is taught in 4 postures: standing, seated, laying down, walking. Now, there's many different kinds of when we meditate. There's concentration meditations, like focusing on an anchor. There's open awareness concentrations where we don't have an anchor and we're just kind of what we did at the very end of the meditation, where just hear all the sounds, feel everything that your body, it's almost like a practice of what am I aware of? And then you brought up the loving kindness meditations. There's a whole teaching on what are called the heart practices. Loving kindness is one of those practices. Loving kindness is a practice of generating and opening your heart to the world. Not only opening your heart to yourself, but to everybody. And these beautiful teachings are really the cornerstone of, opening your heart, dropping your armor down. And in these times, we can use a lot of that because there's so much armoring, there's so much defensiveness going on. And, I brought in a little bit of that loving kindness in the middle of the meditation when I asked you to put your hand to your heart. And this is just a gesture of how I could soothe my own heart through touch. And I hope in that very quick, short version of
Love that.
Of that.
Yeah. That was perfect. Thank you so much. And I really love putting the hand over the heart.
Thanks.
And saying, I see you. I'm here for you. And I love you. I thought that was very powerful. So thank you so much,
Michelle.
Ray. And I did want you are doing a workshop, aren't you? So you can help explain
so
if anyone's interested.
Yeah. So I had mentioned that I am in a teacher training program. My last teacher practicum starts this Thursday. It's a 4-week introduction to meditation course where week 1, we talk about stress and how we can develop tools through meditation to basically what we did in today's meditation, using the breath, awareness of tension in the body. Class 2 is on mindfulness and how we bring mindfulness in this present moment awareness, not just to our meditation, but to the rest of our lives, and how and what benefit we get from meditation through being mindful. Class 3 is on how do we deal with thoughts and emotions when they arise, which I'm pretty sure that happens a lot for all of us. And then class 4 is wrapping it up with this loving kindness. How do we bring these practices to our own soothing, caring, nurturing, and then expanding that out to the world? So, Michelle, would you like to put in
I can
your
put,
Facebook group the link?
yes,
Yeah, the
I
link
can do all
to
of
the
that.
information on the class. Yep. Yeah, cool.
Absolutely. I will take care of all of that. That will all be there. And thank you so much,
Awesome.
Ray. This is amazing.
Thank you, Michelle.
Namaste.
Thank you so much. Have a great day. Namaste, everybody. And allow the practice and this fruits of the practice to keep your heart open and be kind and compassionate to everybody around you. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.